Before some of the most well-known chateaux of France produced their first vintages, before some of the legendary distilleries of Scotland filled their first casks, before any vodka, rum, or gin you could probably name ever existed, Pisco was being made here, on the very same ground I'm standing on, Hacienda La Caravedo. There's a rich history here, but in Peru, history is not something we look back on. It's something we take forward, each generation making its own contribution. Pisco Porton is our contribution. Not only is Pisco Porton the finest pisco ever made, it could be possibly the best white spirit ever made. Although this seems like pride speaking, it's not. It's knowledge. I've spent the last 30 years of my life as a professional taster of wine and spirits. It has been my privilege to serve as a judge on tasting panels and competitions with some of the most highly regarded vintners, distillers, and critics of our times throughout Europe, the US, and South America. And everything I've learned, everything I know, is here in this bottle. First and foremost, Porton is distilled in the same manner Pisco has been distilled here for the last 326 years, by using a simple principle, the principle of gravity. Here, everything flows naturally and gently. We let nature take her time, and use no artificial or mechanical pressures that could stress the liquid or alter its character. Again, everything is done by gravity. This is the traditional way to make Pisco. The best way to make Pisco. The only way to make Pisco. As you could expect with any true artisanal spirit, Porton is distilled in very small batches. And because we discard the heads and tails of each distillation, only a little bit more than half of each batch is ever bottled. Another very important aspect of Porton and key to its quality is that it is distilled to proof. This maintains the rich flavors and gives it complexity. Most spirit makers today distill to high alcohol levels and then dilute to proof. Why anyone would put water in their product is a mystery to me. After distillation, Pisco is rested from 5 to 8 months. These containers, called cubas de guarda, made in a centuries-old traditional way, do not impart any flavor to Pisco. Pisco doesn't borrow its flavors. One last distinguishing characteristic that elevates Pisco Porton well above its peers is that it is a Mosto Verde Pisco. Mosto Verde is a process where distillation is done before fermentation is complete. 20% of the sugar is still remaining in the must. This sugar in the distillation process translates into flavor, texture, and dimension. For those of you who know of Pisco, Porton is something you must taste to believe. It's a true game changer. For those of you who appreciate fine white spirits, this is a new world to discover. Salud. Very interesting and complex. Aromas that remind me of hay, straw, a hint of chocolate in the back in the corner, some fruit, tropical fruit, a little bit of bananas, a little bit of mango. Really, really balanced, structured. Velvet, smooth, chewable, round, a little bit of fresh bread, but all the aromas of the muscat, a little bit of the muscat that it has inside comes back with jasmines, rose petals. And a wonderful, wonderful long finish. Smooth. Wow. Really extraordinary. Really good.